This is when you wish your webcam was in the refrigerator.
All right, we are live. Dysfunctional.
Yeah.
Episode 5 with me and fucking John Hollywood, who's doing a homage to Carl Lewis in the kitchen. Except when he gets divorced, he doesn't got to give his wife $1.4 million.
Well,
with his comedy career, well, everyone's comedy career paying nothing right now.
$600 a week.
You getting that or not?
I have to reapply. They put me in as a W-2 employee for the comedy code, so I have to reapply as a gig worker. And and get the.
I hear music randomly.
No, it's not music. If you're anything that you're what's that?
I'm hearing like an orchestra.
Oh, my wife is watching Broadchurch.
Get down.
Hey, Roseanne, turn your shit down. Paul's getting an orchestra in here. Turn it down a little bit. I got earbuds in. You can't hear mine.
Yeah.
She actually turned it up.
That's a woman for you.
She's watching Broadchurch for the second time.
AC Ramon just posted a article about some protesters that broke into the Capitol building and demanded the end of stay at home. And they're white people. And she's like, how come white people didn't get shot? And I'm like, because they're the only white people in Detroit. Dave, can you hear us?
Oh, hey.
Hey.
What's up, fuckers?
Dave looks like he should be chasing a bunch of black people down the street with a fucking cross.
Oh, why? Why does that? Why? Because
I
mean, I have more hair than you've seen me with last time, so I don't know why you're fucking saying this.
Well, I didn't say nothing last time because I thought you had cancer.
Well, yeah, I had cancer. That's why I was still going to fucking open mics.
Well,
sharing the same microphone with fucking God knows what the fuck you have.
All right, just to be clear, obviously Dave never finished high school because we can't catch cancer from you on a microphone.
Who says?
No, you can't. Cancer's not. Oh, what? There is a virus that causes cancer that's contagious.
Yeah, because you guys are fucking doctors, right? Yeah, okay.
Yeah. No, because it's very important to know that if you eat pussy with HPV, you will get throat cancer.
I'm not buying it.
Well, Dave doesn't eat pussy without HPV, so
yeah, no, I'm strictly HPV. That's all. I look out for the dirty girls. That's what I like.
No, he is HPV.
Yeah, no, it's in my blood. It's running through my veins. I don't have A positive, O positive. Fuck all that. I have HPV type blood.
What is if the I in HIV stands for immune? What does the P stand for in HPV?
Papilloma.
Yeah, it's human papilloma.
Human papilloma virus.
Holy shit! Hollywood actually knows something. Holy hell!
In fact, if you see people with skin tags, that's an indication of HPV.
Oh shit! I just had 20 of them things cut off.
Well, you get
Are you sure? Are you sure about that?
Yep.
No,
where did you hear that from?
His last name was going to be Pepperoni, but then he settled on Hollywood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was going to be Johnny Papilloma.
So what's the correlation between skin tags and fucking HPV?
Basically
comes from where they put their fingers on your body and drag you out of the building and throw you on the street.
Yeah, but what about like fat fucks that can't get laid? They get skin tags. Does that mean they all have HPV?
Everybody, believe it or not, you're exposed to HPV on a daily basis, and whether or not your immune system can handle resisting it, it's where's the carrots? Your immune system may or not be able to resist it. But like they said, that's why they inoculate kids before they're 15 or before they're sexually active. Chances are you've got it. You've been exposed to it.
No, I think I actually know for a fact that I have it.
Okay.
This fucking dirty
that's
fucking
chlamydia.
Coos. No, this fucking coos that I lost my virginity to. And then joined the Navy, right? Yeah, this is what she did. Yeah, she joined the Navy.
Wait. The guy you fucked, lost your virginity, went on to join the Navy?
No. It was a female. But
Oh,
but yeah,
Okay.
no, she joined the Navy after high school, and then she comes back and she like, you know how they fucking the military's all kind of like they want to know what the fuck you got, right?
right.
So she finds out that she has HPV, right?
Oh,
And she-
wow.
so when she comes back on leave, like I don't know, like fucking like whatever, but like after boot camp or whatever the fuck that is, she was like, yeah, I think you might have HPV. And I was like, oh, great.
Oh,
And then I found out that it doesn't really affect men. So I was like, all right, yeah, that's cool. Whatever.
except
I'll
it gives
just-
you throat cancer.
Yeah, so does smoking
Kind of
cigarettes. I
really
smoked cigarettes for fucking 10 years.
Hey,
fuck does
talk
that
to
matter?
Michael Douglas. That guy ate a lot of pussy and he
Yeah.
got throat cancer.
Yeah, well, Michael Douglas also smoked cigarettes his whole fucking life.
Yeah, exactly.
And he's a fucking dumb Hollywood piece of shit. What the fuck does he know?
Yeah, just because he knows
Well-
how to act doesn't mean he knows how to fucking know truth and fucking facts and science.
Well, HPV can cause cancer. It's the only known communicable cancer. So that's what happened.
What
Yeah,
about all
cervical.
the people that? What about all the people that watch?
That's why they mainly.
Oh,
What?
Paul, what'd you say?
I said all the people that go to watch Funny Hollywood do comedy. That's communicable.
Yeah.
Oh, that's communicable cancer, is it? Uh,
I'd say so.
If
oh,
we
that's communicable cancer you can pay
all
for,
the
my
wear the
friend.
masks or the comedian.
Who has to wear the wait. I think oh, there's cancer.
This guy looks
Hey,
like
what's up?
shit.
If cancer had a poster child,
They just give
Jonesy,
the best
you need a haircut, bro.
Bro, dude, no way. My hair is banging, man. My hair is so banging.
I
Oh
don't know
my
what's worse,
God.
Joe Hollywood's Joe Dirt mullet or Jonesy's I can't afford a haircut.
I don't have
Yo,
a fucking
dude.
mullet. Asshole.
My hair is so banging. Look at those bangs, man. My hair is banging. Look
That's
at that.
exactly what Dave
Look
looked
at
like before he shaved his head.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Hey, guess what? Hey, Paul, guess what?
Yeah, buddy.
I did a Instagram live last night with a comedian and a she just ran a podcast and she does some comedy, but she's mainly just talking about it instead of doing it, which is like most of us. Anyway, so she actually had Rich Aronovich on her podcast, and she's looking to get Jessica Kirsten on her podcast. And I just interviewed her last night. So,
Get to the point, Jonesy. We got 20 minutes.
what?
Get to the point.
What?
Get to the
I
point.
can't hear you.
Get
Are you
to the
talking
point.
over me or am I talking over you? Paul, am I talking over you? You talking over me? Hey, Paul, are you talking over me? Are you talking over me or am I talking over you? Which one's talking over? Huh? Paul, what's up? Can I finish what I'm fucking saying, you piece of shit? Anyway, as I was saying, so I was running this Instagram live and I sent out like 250 text messages, sent out Facebook invites, people on invites like, fuck you, Jonesy, you suck. All the Staten Island people are like, why are you bothering me, you asshole? I hate you. But I don't care. I'm just sending it out there and, let the chips fall where they may. So
Hey, leave Chips out of this.
what?
Leave Chips out of this.
Chips?
Yeah, he's a
You
good
just said
man.
let
He
chips
just
fall
likes
where he
doing
may.
magic.
Chips?
Yeah, that poor guy. You let him fall where he may. That's not nice.
Well, hey, man, dude, Chips is family, man. Dude, Chips is St. Mary's graduate, man.
I heard
He
you
is
want him to fall
family.
down the stairs.
He fell down the. By the way, who am I speaking to with the green background?
It's
Dave
fucking
Turon.
Dave Turon, pal.
Oh, fucking
fucking
Dave!
Dave
I didn't
Turon.
see you with you. No, this is opposite because you got the short hair and I got the long hair.
Yeah, no, it is kind of opposite. It's in a weird way.
Yeah,
Yeah.
what
It
else
is
is
weird
funny?
opposite, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Chips Cooney is a St. Mary's graduate, and get me off tangent. But here's the point. So I sent that Instagram link out and sent it to everybody. They check me out on Instagram. If they do, they do. They don't, they don't. I got more hate mail than actually people viewing the actual podcast. Like 80 messages saying, fuck you, don't bother me. Who are you? I hate you. And then 20 people logged in. So that's not bad. It's like a 20%, 80% hate to love ratio. I like that. So Also,
20
what
people stuck their log in you?
what was that, Johnny?
I said 20 people stuck their log in you. They got the log in.
Johnny, that's funny. Log meaning their dick. Oh, I get it. Funny, Johnny.
They got the
Like
log
log
in,
meaning
huh?
the dick, like the kind of log that you showed my girlfriend at a bar.
Oh,
What?
Yeah, dude. We're at the boulevard. Hey, Lisa, come see my dick. And she showed like that big 10-foot fucking horse cock that Johnny has.
Jonesy, John Hollywood was just holding a very big photograph of you.
Yeah, it was an aerial shot.
It was an aerial shot. So normally it's bigger. Things appear larger than they appear. So that's why you had to pull back. Because normally it's 18 foot cock.
18 feet. That's right.
18 foot. Yeah.
So
Johnny,
Jonesy, do you see fucking Hollywood's cock? Is it really fucking that big?
dude, it's really that big. Lisa was like, holy shit, it's so big.
Yeah, well, she's dealing with your fucking cock, so anything compared to that is fucking big.
Hey, man, I'm big enough for me, Dave. I'm big enough for me. I mean, she never heard complaints from me when I come. I mean, it doesn't matter.
Oh, boy, Jonesy. Jesus Christ.
She doesn't hear complaints from me. Anyway, so let me go on with the story.
I was laughing at Paul, by the way, not your complaint.
What's your problem, Dave?
I would just want you to know. I want you to know that I was laughing at Paul and not you said that she doesn't hear complaints. Because
yes, of course you're laughing at Paul.
You gotta be dating a real fucking piece of shit to have someone complain after you fucking bang them.
Yeah, well, the complaint is I didn't come.
Every woman has the right to complain after they get banged by you, Dave. I mean,
well, that may be true.
How many chicks have you banged, Dave? How many chicks have you banged?
Today?
What are your numbers? You're like
it's under 30. It's under 30.
It's under 30. I believe you're bullshitting. I think it's like 14, 15. I think that's where your number.
No, it's in the 20s. It's in the 20s somewhere.
12. Jonesy's under 12, but that's not the number of chicks he's fucked. That's who.
Yeah, that's the age. That's the age.
Was that Paul? I'm under 12?
Yeah.
Aha.
Jonesy's being aggressive tonight.
You have to be this Paul to ride this ride. Paul, is that your joke?
Holy shit, Jonesy, you're getting aggressive.
Hollywood,
I'm getting aggressive because
we're gonna do a comedy show.
I'm getting threatened left, right, and center.
The punchline for the audience in case.
I'm getting aggressive because I can't tell a fucking story. The guy invites me on a podcast. I can tell my fucking story.
Okay.
Anyway, so guess who? I guess who I texted to say, hey, check out my Instagram live. My ex-girlfriend Deanna. You guys remember her?
Yes.
Oh, the anti-porn chick.
The anti-porn chick. Yes.
Wait, Deanna who? Kobe?
No, Deanna Cardenas. She's Cuban.
Oh, all right. I was gonna say I didn't know you were fucking.
And by Cuban he means boring.
They were on my
Cuban. I mean, like, dude, going down on her is like going down on the Sahara Desert. She was so dry.
Well, so she just wasn't into you, is what you're saying.
She wasn't into sex. Finally, I got moisture into the pussy. That was my accomplishment.
Why didn't you just use lube?
No lube, man. I don't do lube.
What do you?
I don't do lube.
How fucking old are you? I use lube. I'm fucking younger than you, man. Like,
I don't use lube.
What's wrong with you?
Lisa, do I use lube?
Oh God, here he goes.
Why not?
Don't be talking to them, but they're gonna get jealous.
They're gonna get jealous.
Oh yeah, real fucking jealous.
Yeah.
Jonesy
Like a
wants us
trip
all
to
to
Wet
go
and Wild over Jonesy's
Please don't
house.
fucking flatter yourself, whoever the fuck you are that I've never met.
Oh shit!
You met her, Dave. You
Hey,
met
listen,
her.
are you still with the Zoom?
No.
Are you going on?
No.
Come on, set it up.
Dave, that's not nice, man. You said don't fatter yourself.
Don't fatter yourself. Dave. Whoa, hey, whoa, way to go, brave Dave.
You know, Jonesy, sometimes more noise isn't better.
New York, New Jersey, Connecticut comedy scene. So guys, check this out. So I got an email text from our friends from Connecticut who scammed Elazar Guzman out of $10,000.
Oh,
Wait, who is this?
Oh,
Benny
What is
Beetle.
this?
Benny
the
Beetle.
Beat Man.
Yeah. So
Oh,
he
yeah,
wanted to
because
go with me.
wasn't he supposed to do? Wait, hang on. Back it up. How do you get scammed out of this money?
Vinny Beetle scammed half the comedy. He gets anyone that's new and says, "Hey, I'll get you on an Artie Lang show. I just need $20,000 to put towards a comedy club," and everybody gives
Who
him
the
money.
fuck has $20,000?
It starts at $1,000
Well-
and it works its way up.
Well, here, give Dave the story because he's new. They got a sponsorship from Lowenbrow or
No, you go
Up
before
here.
that. Go before that. Well, the story with Elazar was Vinny Beetle sent out Elazar's video to a bunch of beer manufacturers and said, "Hey, we're going to do a bunch of shows in Louisiana. Would you like to sponsor the show?" Miraculously,
they said yes.
brand came back from a big fucking alcohol company, and they put posters up behind the comedy show. The whole deal was Elazar
It
gets,
was promotional.
Yeah.
and of course Vinny left the planet with that 20 grand, and Elazar had to drive to
Still had to do the shows.
do all these comedy shows with no money, and then
Oh.
drive back again.
Oh, okay.
But this guy, Vinny is notorious. He'll find some comic that's new.
So no one knows where fucking Vinny Beetle lives?
Yeah,
no, we
I know a person. I do know a person who knows where Vinny Beetle
I
lives.
know where he lives.
How come no one knocks on this motherfucker's door?
Oh, I'm surprised no one's done that yet. I'm shocked.
So there's another
Yes, the
comic
police have,
that got
actually.
ripped off by Vinny Beetle by $800. And Vinny Beetle used to be an ex-car salesman, a used car salesman, surprise. And this comic, he conned this guy out of like, "Hey, listen, you want a car? I'll give you a car. Give me $800. I'll give you a car." And he
Oh,
just
wait a minute.
money
There's another
right off it.
scam? Oh, shit. I thought I knew who you were talking about, but apparently he got him. He got somebody else too?
Yes.
No. There's a lot of Vinny Beetle got like 20 people. I have a pile of court papers this thick that people I've given me, and I found of Vinny Beetle. Vinny Beetle got a limo ride back from the airport to his house and managed to get $3,000 off the limo driver to open a comedy club.
What the fuck?
No.
Yes.
Wow.
There's court papers. There's court papers saying he would pay the guy back within a month.
Holy shit.
Holy shit.
Wait a sec. Is this fucking scumbag Vinny?
Yes.
Scumbag Vinny.
Exactly.
That's right.
No, like that's like his nickname.
That's
Yes. He goes Scumbag Vinny. And he has a whole podcast about how Elazar Guzman tried to get him arrested. Say, "Hey, the weed is in the glove compartment." And it got him arrested.
There you go.
After I did everything for this guy, I brought this guy to a beer sponsorship. I brought this guy everything. He's going to do that to me, of all people? The guy who scammed him at $10,000? Why would he do
That's
that?
not how he talks. He's like, hey, he's almost like a gangster Carl.
Yeah. A gangster Carl is a perfect analogy.
Yeah. A gangster Carl.
Hey, Rich.
So,
I see.
What's
Rich-
up, gentlemen?
Mr.
Are we getting on the
Carucci.
call?
No.
What's going on?
What's up, brother?
Hey,
Oh, nothing. How's everybody doing?
On the thing either. That's
Stir
Oh,
crazy,
just
my
dandy,
friend.
you know.
as
Stir
soon as we
crazy.
get on. All
right.
This is like a bad acid trip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ruchi, what's up?
What's
I
up?
wish I was having a bad acid trip right now.
Yeah,
Let's see. Scam
I no
over
tripping
areas.
during the quarantine.
Are you taking a shit, Carucci? Is that you're in the bathroom? Where are you?
No, I'm sitting in the living room.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, so your living room just looks like a bathroom. Oh, I get it. Okay.
It's not even my house.
Okay, so your friend's living room. So you're homeless living in somebody's living room, because we're not allowed
Jonesy,
to
what
leave.
the fuck is with all this confrontation, bro? Simmer down, man. Take a fucking
Dude, this is
pill.
the No Filter Paul podcast where confrontation is expected.
Stop. Dude, you're out of line, man.
Dude,
I gotta tell you, you're out of line.
Fuck up, Johnny. Seriously, this is No Filter Paul's podcast. He
We counted 10 times he was called fat on the last one.
dude, get to the point, you fat cunt.
No, but he's a fat fuck. Like, what do you want from him?
Fuck you, Paul. Get to the point, you fat cunt. I'm gonna come down to fucking Manahawkin Harbor and knock on your door, and then I can't leave. How about that? That'll be a homeless guy on your couch because
Oh, the dog.
Not again.
he's getting angry at me. Doggy.
I know one person will be happy if you come to my house, and she was just talking on your in your house.
Yeah.
Who's that?
Who's that?
Your girlfriend.
Oh,
She'll
Wait,
be happy if you come down.
my current girlfriend or my old girlfriend that I broke down her door?
Oh my God.
Which girlfriend are we talking about here?
The one who's just talking.
The one who's just talking. Okay.
I'm trying to find.
Oh.
I found a review before from Vinny Beetle's car dealership. I'm trying to find it again.
So basically, Dave, what he did was he opened up a comedy club in an amusement park in the darker side of town, and somehow bamboozled Bam.
No, but how that all started with Bam was Mike Mazza went to one of Bam's parties at his house,
Yeah.
and he got the business card, and Bam's manager called Mike Mazza, and Mike Mazza had a brain fart and said, Vinny Beetle's the perfect person to have.
Oh.
That's exactly
yeah.
what happened. And then
Yeah, no, because I knew Elazar. I knew Elazar had like shows lined up on the fucking whole BAM thing that was going on.
yeah. Well,
But
that was
then
Vinny's way
it,
of
like-
saying, I'll put you on a couple of shows, but I'm not giving you your half of the 20 grand.
Yeah. Okay.
I
he
can't
kept
set up
the
Zoom
money.
on this computer, as you know.
Yeah.
He kept all the money, man. I don't know how you do that and sleep.
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Like 20 grand's nothing to shake a stick at either. Like,
20,000 is a lot of money.
I mean, it's not. I mean, it's
Yeah,
not a lot of
Jonesy
money.
should
I
know
mean,
because
it's a-
he's an
it's a-
accountant.
It's a good amount of money.
I should know because I'm an
I wouldn't call
accountant.
it- I wouldn't call it a
Yes.
lot,
Right.
though.
That's like 10 years of comedy money.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, if that's comedy money, Rich, that's like $20,000. That's what it is, 20,000. My math sucks, dude. Comedy money is like 10 times regular money. Patrice used to say that. A square dollar ain't worth shit. Comedy dollars are worth 10 times a square dollar.
That's a good point.
It's because
So if you make $100 a night, that's worth $1,000. It's like getting paid
That's
$1,000.
right. in comedy money, that's $1,000.
Well, yeah. I mean, you are getting paid essentially by the minute. Yeah, you're getting like $1.25 a minute. That's pretty good.
Well, you got to think about it, Dave. It's everything that led up to those minutes on stage.
Well, yeah, of course.
Yes.
But if you make $60 doing an hour, you made $1 a minute. That's pretty
Right,
good
so-
money.
Here's a Yelp review from Vinny Beetle's car dealership.
Oh, okay.
Vincent Beetle, their salesman, is an unscrupulous liar. I pity the customers next car ends up.
Hey, what about that true code?
Hey, Rich, he paid you though, didn't he?
He paid me every time.
Yep.
Well, you know, Rich doesn't look scary, but he looks like he knows a few people that will beat you up behind the club.
No, he booked me. He booked me a couple of times, paid me. They were fun. We had fun.
You know what?
I got
Yeah.
no complaints. He was a nice. I think, yeah, I met him. I always had good
So wait,
relationships.
so
He's never
he
ripped
got
off the
paid by
headline.
Vinny Beetle and didn't get scammed by him. That's a rarity.
I don't think anyone who's a headliner gets ripped off by him because he needs to keep the headliners happy.
That's
what
right.
he does, and what he did with me was he canceled the gig.
And you
how
were
far out
halfway
was
there
it?
driving, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much.
This
I was
place
on my way.
is on the
He
other
canceled
side.
he canceled the gig when I was at he had a gig at Sunday night at the Bijou Lounge in Bridgeport, Connecticut. I drove up there. My girlfriend met me up there. Deanna, in fact, my ex-girlfriend at the time, Deanna, she met me up there while I was hanging out with a model that we met at Exotica, me and Dave Hodge.
So a stripper you met at Exotica.
Yeah, pretty much.
She was a model of sorts, yes.
So
She's a whore. Face
so,
it.
yeah,
She's a
so
professional whore.
does she have an OnlyFans?
I didn't.
Does she have an OnlyFans that you subscribe to?
Not that I'm aware of, no.
Okay, well, that sounds like a fucking bold-faced lie. and you know that she has an OnlyFans.
She doesn't.
No, she's
Hey,
got
Jonesy,
her own fucking
Jonesy.
listing in Pornhub.
Jonesy, you want to know what I'm really interested in? I'm interested in
What?
all these hate messages that you receive. You should post them online. You should make like your own blog.
I'm gonna post what my girlfriend said to me.
No. Fuck what your girlfriend said. I want to hear what all these Staten Island choo-choos said.
So I think Kirshner says this is the worst way to market yourself. So Kirshner like busted my balls. Daniel J. Parafan busted my balls. I think Farouk Hussein says I'm muting you, and I got a bunch of other messages too.
So two then.
2 or 3 people, 2 Staten Island guys.
You said there was like quite a few.
No, I exaggerated.
Well, okay, so now you're a fucking liar.
Jonesy and Vinny Beadle come from the same place because Vinny Beadle asked Jonesy to tell him how many people were in attendance at his comedy show. And Jonesy said tons of people, but there was only 2 people from Staten Island.
Tons of
But
people.
to be fair, they weighed 700 pounds apiece.
That's
The Cortisone brothers are talking about Greg and Rob.
No, but since you brought that up. No, they're not 700 pounds. Come on.
They're good dudes. I like the brothers, man. I like them. They're funny.
They are. They're funny. They're funny guys.
Who's making
I like
money?
their
from comedy right now?
shtick.
Who's making comedy money right now? Anyone?
0. I'm making real money though. I still have a job. Do you guys go to work every day?
I don't go anywhere, and they pay me to sit on my bed for 7-8 hours a day.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
Great.
Oh, you're in the fire department now, yeah?
I am, yeah.
So
Now,
So
wait a
Paul,
second.
why is it when I text you, hey, can you got time to talk? It's like, no, I'm working right now.
Because he doesn't want to fucking talk to you, Jonesy. Who the fuck would?
Didn't I just say I work for 7-8 hours a day? And then Jonesy
Sit on your
replied,
ass.
why don't you reply? No, not minutes. Well, if you want to take actual working, then yes, 7 or 8 minutes could be realistic on a couple of days. Hey, Rich, you wish you were still doing the old 911 calls right now?
Absolutely not. Don't miss a second of that fucking shit.
You know, the best part is Rich is a really funny comedian, but he loves a week off because he hasn't got to pay any fucking alimony, that bitch.
I'm good, man. I'm enjoying the time off. Believe me.
That bitch. So, Rich, how many times have you been married?
Third one, and it's going. We're quarantining, semi-quarantining together.
Oh, you're married?
Whoa, good for you, man.
You know, we got our own places, and we kind of hang out by me and by her. This way, you know, keep it nice. Keep it nice
There's
and
something
friendly.
that saves a marriage by only seeing her 1 day a week.
Well, you know, everybody needs their fortress of solitude. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Superman.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I have a little fortress of solitude, and it's the one room in the house that no one wants to go into. It's the boiler room.
Hilarious.
There you go.
Hey, Josie, write that down. That's good. That's good stuff.
That's good
That's
stuff.
good stuff. Write
Jonesy,
that down.
You could use that at the open mic at the boiler room.
Well, how ironic.
Yeah.
So wait, so Dave, you saying I actually had something funny to say? Is that what you're actually
No, you fucking fool. Do you not understand sarcasm? What the fuck is wrong with you?
I don't know if you're serious or not. What are you
Oh
telling me?
my God. How fucking how long have you been doing comedy? What the fuck is wrong?
When did he
Dave,
start?
I didn't realize you had such patience. Dave is a patient dude. I never realized that he was so tolerant. It was amazing.
So,
I'm like,
Rich, I have shows booked for June. Should I start rescheduling shows?
Yeah. You know, I had stuff cancel all the way through. I'm worried about like November. I got a couple of things. I don't know if hopefully one canceled. Hopefully one will still be good. Who knows?
I got
it's the pushback. You gotta watch out.
I got a clean show at an old people's country club, June 1st.
There'll probably be a lot less of them now.
Yeah, I was gonna wait. They already paid 50%. They already paid 50% down.
Really?
So I don't give a fuck if 4 people show up.
Well,
Well,
You
I
know-
think they're built in, Paul. I don't think you got to worry about them showing up. I think
No,
they're
it's like
there.
it's like a meeting place in the town where all the old people get bussed into. I think.
Ooh,
Oh.
I don't know. Who knows? Old people are the ones who are really vulnerable. So I don't know if they're going to bring them together.
Yeah, I might have to call that woman and say, when do you want to reschedule it for?
Well, see what she says. I mean, maybe they want to thin the herd a little bit.
I was looking forward to that one in Pennsylvania with you.
I know. They all of them are going to reschedule. They just, everyone's afraid. They didn't want to take the chance, but it's going to come back. This isn't the end.
Make sure you get me the dates ASAP so I can knock them down.
Absolutely. This isn't the end of comedy. Believe me, it'll be back.
You know what the problem is?
seats are too
Once it
close
starts back up,
The
it's
seats-
going to be all the big acts that are going to be booked first. And they're just small places that weren't able to afford these guys are going to be able to afford them. And we're all going to be a lot of us are going to be on the back burner for a while.
It's all right.
What do you think? Should I go into the boiler room or the bar? What do you think I should go into?
Jonesy, no one gives a fuck about your shitty bit, dude.
Shut the fuck up, Dave, before I kick your ass.
Yeah, jump through the fucking screen, guy.
All right, I'll find you. Just like I'll
Yeah,
find
go ahead.
you.
Yeah,
Jonesy
129,
threatening violence under
129
warrant.
East Morris Avenue, Linden, New Jersey. Come fucking knock on my door.
Wait, say that again?
129 East Morris Avenue, Linden, New Jersey.
East Morris, 129 East Morris
Come get
Avenue,
me.
New Jersey.
Come
I'll see you
get me.
tomorrow. What time you want me to be there?
I got
So
work from
sad,
9 to
Linden.
4.
Just
9
for
to
the
4,
people,
I'll be there at 5:30. How about that? All right.
just for the
Because,
people
you know,
in the
I
courtroom.
could use a good ass kicking, Dave. I really could. Like my cousin Vinny. I could use a good ass kicking.
Jonesy, for all the people in the courtroom watching this video now, at nofilterpaul, Twitter, Instagram, at nofilterpaul. Thank you, everybody. Jonesy has trouble kicking the ass through a front door of a house. And on my podcast, he nearly got arrested live on my podcast, kicking his girlfriend's door in because she locked him out. I swear to God. It was on my podcast. It was like 4 episodes of my podcast. Him and his ex-girlfriend trying to kill each other. Well, him trying to kill her. I don't remember.
No, I wasn't trying to kill her. She tried to kill me.
When the fucking first 15 seconds of the phone call is, I'm outside my girlfriend's apartment. Hold on a second. I'm kicking the door in.
No, I called. No, I didn't call from that, did I?
Yes.
Usually the
No,
sheriff
you didn't. No, I called after I broke into the apartment, not before. That's not true.
15 seconds off.
Oh,
It was 15 seconds. As soon as I kicked in the door, then I called the podcast. I just kicked on my girlfriend's door handle.
ET's now looking up your butt.
Hey, Rich, do you still have contacts at fire departments around the state?
Oh yeah.
Can you see if the fire that was in Morris Plains a couple of months ago is suspected for arson?
Oh no, that's Parsippany, 125 Allentown Road, Parsippany. I have a great alibi. Believe it or not, I was in the city doing comedy.
Jonesy's alibi, he was stood outside the house with a gas canister.
He was hanging out.
Everyone in the comedy world says there's no way he had a set at Broadway Comedy Club because he got banned from Broadway Comedy Club.
So you just
He got
talked away out your own alibi, you dumb fuck.
He got booked by Missy Allen.
Oh,
Missy Allen booked him for November last week.
Yeah, I can't wait for that show.
is Missy Allen really dead?
Yeah, she's dead.
Jonesy,
COVID. She got out before then.
why don't you try and take over some of her rooms?
Oh yeah, she had a great game plan, didn't she?
Yeah, she's like, let's do 5 comedy shows and have a heart attack and die.
No, let's fucking find out where there were You know what? Carl is the Missy Allen of comedy. Think about that for a minute. Rich, you missed it. Last week, we had to break it down to Carl. That Carl taking over the boiler room the way he did was basically the same as fucking a guy's wife because he went out of town on business.
Okay.
And Carl's like, is that how you feel, Jonesy? And Jonesy's like, yeah. And he goes, I didn't think of it that way.
That's an ugly life, though, too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's like a really
And
ugly
Melissa
life.
Allen was she was a real Chiricahua, man. She was just stealing rooms left and right.
Well, you know what though, Rich probably doesn't want to talk about the boiler room because Jonesy was late an hour and a half one time, and he got there real early, and then that was it.
Oh, I was with Mad Dog that night. Yeah. Yeah, that place was all right, man. The food ain't that good there, though. It's only got drinks, but
since Jonesy,
I think they ramped up the food a little bit.
They changed the food since Jonesy got forcibly removed from that open mic. So.
Forcibly removed. I like that.
Were you forcibly removed, Jonesy, or were you Shanghai?
Jonesy's getting paid to
Do you want to see the text message? He goes, you know what? We're going to go in a different direction.
Yeah, I'm gonna go into the boiler room. You're gonna get the fuck out.
Well, they didn't say Jonesy wasn't welcome. Nail it. Oh, he's doing that again.
Yeah,
doing that again.
You know the ominous part is
advertising.
after Jonesy left, they brought back the all you can eat.
That's great. That's
Hey,
great.
speaking of all you can eat, remember that time we went to the Borgata? It was me, you, my ex-girlfriend, who I kicked the door down, and Denise. Imagine like four people that like we all hate each other. We're gonna have like a hate orgy right in the middle of the buffet.
Rich, this is what happened, right? We go to the fucking Jonesy has fucking comps up the ass for the Borgata. Like comps up the ass. He invites us to go to the buffet. We get there, he won't get our food comp. It's $50 fucking for the buffet.
Wow.
And I'm like, fuck this. And I had just had my stomach done, so I could hardly eat anything.
You didn't just get your stomach done. It was like 5 years ago, dude.
Whatever. I'm arguing.
Whatever. 5 years, 5 months, big difference.
What are you talking about? I got my stomach done 5 years ago, you dickhead.
How come Jonesy had comps? Is he a big gambler?
Yes, he takes his welfare check and drives right to the Borgata before.
I don't get welfare, motherfucker. I don't get welfare.
Disability, welfare.
Anyway, so he's got all these comps. I'm arguing with a woman. When I got my surgery, they gave me this card to give people that says, "Hey, this person can't eat much. Please, will you give fucking kids portion, whatever?" Right? So the manager's fucking like, "We're not giving you a discount." So I go in there. I'm paying $50 for the buffet. I said, "Right, I'm gonna get these fucks." I take so much food off of the buffet, and I fill a whole table with food.
The whole table
around this food, and there's lobsters and fucking steak. I said, if these motherfuckers are making me pay for all this fucking food, I'm taking it.
Wait, so why wouldn't Jonesy get it comped?
Because he's a fucking Jew.
Yeah. What's your story? What's your story, Jonesy?
About what?
He's
asking about why I get comps? Because I gamble.
Jonesy,
no,
he's
why
saying,
didn't you?
Comps. Why wouldn't you buy me fucking dinner?
I only had comps for me and Deanna, not for I guess I could have used some of my value comps, but you know, why would I do that for Paul?
I don't know. Because you're not a complete piece of shit. But I guess you are.
I'm a complete piece of shit? All right.
No, he said you're
Morris?
not.
All right.
Oh, my God.
129 Morris, Linden. All right, cool.
Yeah, go ahead.
Jonesy, can you get in your
Dude, you know I'll fuck you up, Dave, right? You know you have no chance, right?
Jonesy, only if you sit on him. But
Jonesy, pretty much.
Jonesy,
when comics attack.
Jonesy,
comics attack. Oh, Dave's being a piece of shit.
Jonesy, please get in your car and drive there now so we can watch you fight right on the podcast.
Yeah, do it. Do it.
Wow, man.
Come on, come get me. You won't.
Come get you. All right, dude.
You won't.
Dude,
you won't.
You don't want any piece of this, dude.
Okay.
You don't want any piece of me, bro.
Dude, you're out of your slow
you're
as
out of your element, Dave. You're out of your fucking element, dude.
Slow as a rock in a river, dude.
You actually want me to come and fight you? Is that what you want? You want the shit beat out of you?
I mean, I'm not fucking going anywhere.
You want the shit beat out of you, bro?
I'm not going anywhere.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Short Fuse Thursday.
Dude, I'm all jacked up. I'm like, I got nowhere to go. I'm all jacked up. You give me an invitation, I'm going to take it.
Jonesy, putting
Like
on
a
200
vampire.
pounds from eating pretzels is not all jacked up.
Brendan, take a breath. Take a breath. Go jerk off. Come back when you're feeling better.
I can't jerk off. There's kids around. There's everything around. I can't have sex. I can't jerk off. There's a 17-year-old, 14-year-old, 12-year-old. I'm fucked. And not the way
Jonesy,
I
they
want to be.
invented something called a fucking door. Go in the room, close the fucking door, and pull your dick. What
The
is
only
wrong with
door
you?
I got is this boiler room. That's it. I got a lock here. That's it. That's the only lock I got.
Bathroom doesn't have a fucking door, dude. You could go in there and polish the Eiffel Tower, for fuck's sake.
That's it. This is the only room in the house. It's the only room in the house.
Jonesy's the only person with a trailer with double doors on the front of it.
Where did the two boys jerk off? Go there.
Oh, I'll tell you where boys jerk off. I think right next door.
Jonesy, you've got go in the room where the boys are jerking off while they're there and jerk off.
Yeah. Get the but don't eat the cracker.
Don't eat the cracker? All right, I won't eat the cracker.
Holy
This is the coolest room in the house. I gotta say, this is the coolest room in the house.
Dave, if you're really scared of Jonesy, just put a row of cheeseburgers from the front of your house to your next door neighbor.
Why would I be afraid of Jonesy?
Hey,
I can't wait
Paul,
for this place.
Paul, if I'm so cheap, why did I pay your bill at the Cove when you walked out on the bill?
Did I give you the money back?
You're not cheap, Jonesy. We're not saying you're cheap.
No,
you're
Dave
saying
said
you're
I'm cheap
selective.
bastard. I didn't have the
No.
comps, Dave. I used the comps for my
I
room.
didn't say
I used the
I
comps
didn't
for my
say you were
dinner.
cheap. I didn't say you were cheap either. If you would open your fucking ears, you'd do this.
He's got hair in him.
I didn't say you were cheap. I asked why didn't you get his meal comped if you had comps out the ass.
I don't have total comps out the ass because I can't afford to have comps out the ass because I'm living a quote unquote on welfare. So
Okay,
there
some
you
of the
go.
people in the feed are saying Jonesy's been walking for 30 minutes. Where's he going? Victor Ponte says, finally, Jonesy said something funny.
I love the fact that Jonesy feels lucky enough to go to casinos. I would never feel that lucky.
No.
Wow.
I
The
wouldn't
universe
even
loves
gamble
me.
for
Gamble
home.
well though.
Jonesy
Hey,
looks
Rich,
in the
the
mirror.
universe fucking loves me.
Rich, Jonesy looks in the mirror and says, everything can't be bad.
All right. I'm giving free advertising. Nail it, handyman, for your handyman needs, everyone.
Oh,
Please contact nailedhandyman.com.
wow.
Jonesy
Jesus.
doesn't realize that's actually a title of a shitty porno.
Bow, chicka, bow, bow. The handyman that gets it.
Oh my God.
The handyman that gets it. Finally, the handyman that gets it. Finally, Jonesy gets a job. I nailed the job and then lost it because of COVID. Thank you, COVID. Appreciate it.
So
Yikes.
Dave, you're a fireman now, yeah?
Yeah. No, that's a fact. That is a fact.
Are you a probie or are you like full-fledged?
No, it's I'm probational status.
Okay.
Yeah.
They let you in the building yet? Have you gone through fire school?
Yeah, no, I passed the academy. You want to know what's crazy though? Listen to this. So the fire academy all got done, but we had to do EMT school as well because in Linden you have to
they want to.
you have to be EMT as well as a firefighter, right?
Right.
But so we're in EMT class right now, but we have to take the state exam before we can be certified for EMT. But now the class that we're taking doesn't know when we're going to be able to do the state exam.
You can't-
Wow.
Yeah, so I'm kind of fucked with that. But since we are certified as firefighters, they're just going to put us on shift anyway. And we won't.
See, in the old days when you were put on as a fireman, you were a fucking fireman. And when you found somebody bleeding in the street, you called an EMT. That was two separate jobs. And
well,
now,
you know, back
are
in
you
the
getting
day,
paid twice?
no, it's the same salary.
Hey,
Wow.
Dave, will you
Yeah.
get a promotion if you call in a couple of fires before they happen? Because we can tell you where he's going.
No,
Well,
no,
Busy.
that's
What's
not
up,
a thing.
Biz?
Hi.
What are you doing?
That'd be called arson.
You're giving listen to me?
And they are ruthless with firefighters that commit arson because there are a bunch of them. Rich can tell you back in the day.
What if Jonesy gets, gets a lawyer that says he can't go to court? You know, he's got, temporary insanity or whatever.
I don't know. See what happens. I'm
Nobody
not.
make
I'm
a
not.
joke
TikTok
about
in
Joe
front
I'm
of
not
me?
willing to. I'm not willing to
No.
play with my future like that. So.
Someday soon. What are you doing, dog?
So you went to Middlesex Fire Academy?
No, it was Morris County actually.
I'm fine.
Ah.
Yeah.
Rich,
because,
where did you go to Fire Academy?
Where was that?
Get
Up
out.
in Mawa, I
My
believe
room.
it was.
Bergen. I went to Mawa
Please.
too.
Yeah. Long time ago. Shit.
Oh yeah.
Bergen County, they call it the Disneyland of fire academies because everything is propane and on camera. So you have to demonstrate the proper technique before you're allowed. You know, they'll shut it down. But we went to Middlesex for some training, and they just burn shit. I mean, they've got a building, and it's all bars, and they stuff it with hay, and then they light it up and go in there and put it out.
Yeah.
It's kind of wild. How did they do it with where you went?
We were doing propane props in the one building, but there was a whole. What was that? There was a whole
Live
day
burn?
of like. Yeah, there was a whole day of live burns where like we're in like basically like a shipping container. That's just like
flashover.
Yeah. So
Yeah, when you
I got
see
a
the
funny-
fucking movie, John, don't sound like you're fucking cool.
No. I was in it. I did it. I did flashover training in
Is that what
Bergen
happened to
County.
you?
Now wait, you got to hear. This is a great story. They tell you before you go in for flashover training, they tell you that you have to remove all your metal jewelry because that shit will get hot.
yeah.
Because it gets fucking seriously hot in there, right?
Uh-huh.
So everybody's rings come off, everybody's earrings, and all the bullshit comes off. We're in there. One of the guys had a fucking Prince Albert, and the motherfucker got
Oh no! Melted cock.
Yeah, man.
Oh, shit.
Oh yeah. We had to stop the evolution and pull him the fuck out, and he drops his fucking pants on the fire grounds and he's pouring water on his dick. It was fucking great.
You make good
Did
money.
you ever see the episode of Rescue Me where they're trying to like shave off the cock ring on him, and they're trying to get him out of the jaws of life?
Jonesy, that wasn't rescuing me. That was gay porn.
No, it was Rescue Me.
That was last Friday.
Yeah, exactly. I see Rich shaking his head trying to keep awake with one of Jonesy's stories.
Yeah, I'm gonna head out, guys.
Hey, Rich,
Rich, what do you think's going to happen when we come back?
When we come back, it's gonna be
Yep.
brutal. It's gonna be a lot. Who knows what's gonna open? You know, and they're gonna cut the size of the crowd. So how's any club gonna sustain? And plus, I don't know, man. They're gonna put like I could see like plastic, like dividers between tables and stuff. It'll come back, but it's gonna be weird.
Yeah, but no one's gonna have money for that in those shitty clubs.
It's gonna be brutal, and there's not gonna be enough spots. There's gonna be a lot of comics fighting for space. And,
Oh God, Commons gonna be at each other's throat for stage time.
it's gonna be brutal.
I was talking to Gene. I was talking to Gene at the Cove, and he's concerned that he's going to have to fulfill a lot of those contracts because he's got guys that are scheduled. So when those dates come up and they got to come in, but if they tell him he can only open at quarter capacity, how he seats 125. So what's he going to do? Like 25 people in?
I got an easy answer for Gene. It's really easy. Move the shit
Bankruptcy?
downstairs. Move it downstairs. He can fit all the people in.
No.
Temporarily, move the comedy downstairs. He's got enough seats to fucking make his money. Move it downstairs, even if it's temporary. That's what Vinny Brand told him to do, right? Move the shit.
Well,
must have put
Vinny said, yeah,
120
you could run
there.
special events downstairs. So that would be good. But I think there'd be a lot of retooling at that location.
The only tool in there is fucking Crescenzo. But
Oh!
no, I'm kidding. I love you, Anthony. I know you're not watching this. But seriously, right? He could spread 125 people downstairs 2 days a week. You know what I mean?
Well, downstairs seats 325.
All right, so divide that by 2 because you got to split them up a bit, right? So that's still 150.
Is that including the bar? Is that including the bar too?
The downstairs is 325.
Yeah,
know
but
what they're
including the
125.
bar seating.
Dave, you know where that
Yeah.
curtain, there's a whole bunch more tables behind that curtain.
Yeah, I realize that, but like still, like where would the mic be?
Right
The
there,
stage
right
would
where
be
that
at the bottom of the stairs where the round table is.
Yeah, take
That whole
curtain
that tiled area could be the stage.
Okay.
Then you'd have viewing from the left and the right, and you could probably get away with seating at the at that curve when you first come in.
Yeah.
But yeah, you could get a lot more people in there.
So that's the only way.
It's just,
I mean, I don't know what his break-even and his numbers are for the special events, you know. But
well, if you have over 200, you can sustain a good special event. That's the magic number, 200 seats.
he hasn't even got
For
200
anything. No, he has 125 upstairs. If they actually made the green,
if he can fill that with the special events, he's good. But if he can bring 200 people in downstairs,
yeah, that would be the thing. But you'd have to shut the restaurant down. You'd have to have it by like, you have to shut that down until like 11 o'clock and then open the bar for general admission at that point. The show would be over.
The way to look at it is how much is he going to lose versus how much is he going to make. You know, lose at the restaurant versus how much he's going to make on the comedy. He's going to have to write this guy a check that's got a guarantee. Is he going to eat that? Does he make enough money in the restaurant to eat that? Or can he just fuck it?
I don't know their numbers like that.
You know, the room I have down the shore is massive now. I can spread that shit out. We have tables of 10. I can put 9, 10 tables of 10 and divide them up like a fucking wedding venue.
Yeah, that's smart.
Yeah.
And you know, Rich, you never saw the big room yet, right? Did you see the room next door? Yeah, we got this fucking wedding banquet hall now.
So Paul, you got me booked for that April of 2023, right? That is that the date you had booked me?
No, it was April 2020, Jonesy. If you can make it tonight, I'll put you up.
All right, thanks. Appreciate it.
Oh, I heard someone laugh at that. Yeah.
Jonesy, you can headline the show's at 10 o'clock. You ready?
I'm ready, but first I got to take a trip to 129 Morris Avenue and play at Linden, New Jersey.
Yeah.
Is that the big stop off?
You better bring weapons because I'm fucking strapped. Okay.
Oh no, this is just fist fights. Oh, you want to bring weapons? You're strapped. So you're gonna shoot Jones?
You're coming to the castle. You're coming to the castle.
You're gonna
what do you
shoot me.
expect?
You're gonna shoot me.
Jonesy,
Did I say that?
You're
Did
gonna
I
shoot
say
me.
that?
Because
Did I say that?
you said you're strapped. You said
Yeah,
you're strapped.
I said strapped like a belt strap. You know?
No, like strapped means you fucking are
No.
carrying. That's
No.
what strap
No.
means. Hence
You
the
put
movie
you.
HBO
No,
Strapped.
you
piece
put,
of shit.
You
What do
put
you
those
say?
words
You
in your
shoot
own
me?
mind. You put those words in your own mind.
No. You said strapped. You said strapped.
No, I did not.
Strapped
Yeah, no, I
is
did say that.
slang
I did
for
say that.
having guns. Is that true or not true?
It can mean
Hey,
I have a strap of leather.
Special double entendre, Mr. Turon. You're
It can
very
mean-
clever.
It
Maybe
can mean
you're
I have a
very
strap
clever,
of
buddy.
leather.
Sick Vic goes up first, pisses the crowd off, and then we just put Jonesy on stage and let people pick fights with him for 40 minutes.
I'd watch that.
Yeah, Jonesy, if you drive to Dave Turon's house and have a fight on camera with him, I'll give you a feature spot.
Done. But I gotta make sure I bring my bulletproof vest because he's strapped.
I didn't know they made them that. You know, they're not called bulletproof vests when they're that big, Jonesy. They're
Oh,
called
he said bulletproof
guess
vest.
what?
I thought he said bullshit proof vest.
Speaking of guns, I tried to call one of my last employers, long shot pistol and rifle. I got hired there for 2 days. And tried to get a gun. Try to see if I can get a gun from him.
Deb in the feed.
They never pay me.
Deb in the feed says it's ironic he can't get laid, but he's advertising Nail It.
Yep, I can't get laid because I have erectile dysfunction. Thank you. Give me a paper cut and pour lemon juice on it.
And it says Victor Ponte says only the last row will be sold out at that show.
Jonesy, you ever take
Dave, do you
Viagra?
follow politics? Dave, do you follow politics at all, even a little bit?
I mean, I try not to because it's just fucking depressing as shit. But I know a little bit. Yeah.
Did you hear that Joe Biden may have stuck 4 fingers in a woman's pussy just like standing in public?
All right, what's the punchline?
Oh, I'm just curious. I'm like, and I was going to ask you, do you think it's better to grab a woman by the pussy or just jam 4 fingers in it when she ain't ain't expecting it?
4 fingers.
Oh no, wait. Oh, okay. No, you're talking about. Is this a true story?
Yes.
Yes, Joe
Okay.
Biden finger
No,
fucked
no.
this intern.
I don't think
Yeah,
it's
no, I heard about. I
think-
heard there was allegations. I heard
think
there was
this woman-
allegations.
As soon as fucking Bernie Sanders dropped out, he fucking went after Biden.
Oh,
It's
they're fucked.
27
Dude, Biden's fucking senile. He doesn't know what the
27
fuck
years
is going
later.
on, dude.
thumbs up.
He talks
Yeah.
like he has mashed potatoes in his fucking mouth. Like, what the fuck are you
Head.
doing?
All right, I challenge
He's like
all of you guys on the show. Name one person that goes up against Trump this year and wins. Name one person. I don't care
The only person that would have had a shot was Bernie. And
Bernie.
That's the only person that would have had even an inkling of a shot.
Michelle Obama.
You want to know what?
No.
You want to know what? I don't think fucking normally I fucking disagree with Hollywood on a lot of shit. I actually agree with him on this.
It'd be nice if Michelle Obama won. You know, she would still be she wouldn't be the first woman. She'd be another man. You know, but
Still wouldn't have a woman in the White House. Dude, I'm serious. I guarantee you, if Biden wins, he resigns in 6 months.
Yeah.
Why? Just because
Watch who he picks, because that's gonna be the tell.
He's losing it. Is that why?
He's the shoehorn, dude. He's the shoehorn for whoever they really want.
Yeah. Well, he's not gonna fucking win anyway.
No.
There's no fucking way.
Well, wait. If you got those mail-in ballots, he might win.
Get one fucking debate. Mail-in ballots? What are you talking about? Fucking every Trump voter is a fucking shut-in anyway. That fucking stays at home. I love my guns. Oh, I love my guns. Oh,
You do too, Dave. You're strapped.
Yeah,
You're
no, I'm strapped with a belt.
He keeps his gun right next to his
Yeah,
Bible.
my belt strap. Yeah.
Yeah, you gonna pistol whip me or belt whip me? What do you think? What are you gonna do? Dave?
I'm gonna whip you like you like it. You fucking.
Yeah. Oh, you know I like it like that.
He's gonna pussy whip you.
Oh, dude.
oh, he's gonna
I've
whip
never
the
been pussy whipped. You gotta turn
Did you
around.
hear that?
Whip that pussy. You got the mushroom belt? You gonna whip me with the mushroom belt?
What? What the
I know.
fuck are you even talking about?
Jonesy sits in the house all day getting his ass handed to him by his girlfriend, and then when I call him to do this, he just lets all that pent out stress on the show every time.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, it sounds like it. It sounds like Paul hit the nail on the head.
Dave, ask Jonesy
He
when
nailed it.
Ask
He
Jonesy,
nailed it.
He nailed it.
Nailed it.
Dave, ask Jonesy when he's
Heard
doing
it.
a podcast with Jeannie. Say that to him.
When are you doing another podcast with Jeannie?
I think in the same day that Paul puts me on stage.
Wait, so what happened with Jeannie? What Jeannie Knoll?
Yes.
Yeah, Genie, no.
Hang on. Wait. Put this on pause. I really want to hear this. I gotta take a piss. I'll be right back.
Sorry again.
I swear to God, I'll be right back. Okay.
All right, he wants to hear this.
I'm dead serious. I want to hear this story.
All right.
Okay.
I'm telling this. Yeah. So when
Wow, Jonesy.
when Dave comes
You're
back,
being a
when Jonesy comes back, I mean Jonesy, when Dave comes back, tell him you got Jeannie Knoll pregnant, and that's why she won't do the podcast with you anymore.
Okay. All right.
holy shit. You
Why
guys
would I
are
do that?
fucking Brutal. Why would you do that?
Jeannie Knoll in the feed just gave me the finger.
Wow. Brendan, you are being very hyper tonight.
You're confrontational today, Jones. Your girlfriend must beat the fuck out of you when you're not on this podcast.
No, because every time I come on this podcast, I'm like a punching bag. So I decided to throw some punches today. You know, that's all.
We don't care.
I've never thrown a punch at you ever. I treat you with respect, young man.
Do I treat you with respect in return, Johnny?
No.
Not tonight.
Not tonight. Okay, John.
Did I miss something?
Yeah,
No.
Jonesy was saying John Hollywood can suck a dick. That's what he said while you were gone. So.
Well, that's mean.
Yeah.
All right.
Jonesy, I know there's nothing in your brain that says a short version of anything.
That's true.
But can you give Dave Turon a 3-minute maximum?
I'm gonna put you on the clock. I'm gonna put you on the clock.
Yeah.
How about this?
Okay.
Why you won't do podcasts with Jeannie Knoll anymore? And go.
Hang on.
Okay.
You're on the clock. You're on the clock.
All right.
Go
Put
ahead.
me on the clock. All right. Great. No. So it all started way back when at the Mohegan Sun Casino. where we decided to, hey, maybe we should do a podcast together. She came up to my show. And also when my girlfriend was
Which
in the other
girlfriend
room-
were you there with?
What?
Whoa. If we're gonna
Lisa.
do this right, no interruptions.
Oh,
Thank
okay.
you, Dave. Thank you, Dave.
All right,
Dave.
No
I
interruptions.
appreciate that.
No interruptions.
Are we
Listen,
gonna restart the clock?
No, we're not gonna restart the clock.
No, restart the clock.
And I'll
Restart
still
the clock.
and I will still kick your ass. All right. So
Oh, you're still gonna kick my ass when I come to 129 Morris Avenue in Linden.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
But doesn't stuff that I have a photographic memory? Damn, too bad I can't remember my jokes. But I know someone who remembers your jokes, Dave.
Who's that? Who remembers my jokes?
AC Ramon. She writes down everything you say when she's at the Cove because she thinks you're so talented.
That's great. Yeah. Well, at least someone does. Yeah. So.
There you go.
And then she sells it to other comics because she's a Jew.
Yeah. You wonder what?
Are we restarting now, or what are we
No,
doing?
we're not restarting. Look, you're at 20 seconds. So
Oh,
make
20
it quick.
seconds. Oh, you stopped it. Okay, I appreciate that.
21.
21. Go.
21.
Go.
Okay, go.
All right. So Jeannie and I had this idea of running a podcast. And one of the things that started, we actually took like a little segment when we were on the No Filter Paul content, the Dysfunctional podcast. And we actually had a little segment, me and Jeannie, and Tom who graded us on our chemistry. He's like, you guys actually have a lot in chemistry. You guys can start a podcast. And then we worked with Mr. Direct. He has a podcast studio. We got into Mr. Direct, and we started producing a podcast.
Biggest fan in the world, Mr. Direct. Just saying.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
You're
Okay,
fucking
go ahead.
ruining it,
Judge's
Paul.
talent in
You're
the
fucking
world.
ruining it. You're ruining it. Look, this is the time now. 56. All right.
Okay.
Everyone, shut the fuck up. Let Josie talk.
Thank you, Dave. So, all right. And so we started this podcast, and we had a couple sessions here, and then like on the fourth session, Mr. Direct had the idea. Why don't you do like a promo shoot and get like some video or get some stuff, or you guys like at a diner or a deli or something like that, getting along, eating a sandwich and stuff like that. So at least you could have like a promo when you enter in the podcast. I'm like, okay, I have a friend who owns a deli. She shut it down for Sunday so we could do the promo shoot. I got John McGinley to do the shoot, to paid him to do the shoot, and Jeannie, me, and I actually had my intern who on my accounting business, which is defunct right now, but I had him come. So my intern shows up in a suit and a tie, and Jeannie shows up. And Jeannie's like all of a sudden barking commands at me. Where are you with this? Where are you with this? Where are you with this? So like, what about the t-shirts? I'm like, did you talk to your t-shirt guy? I'm like, Jeannie, we don't know how many t-shirts we're going to order. We don't even know the color logo yet. It's too soon to get a price on the t-shirt. So that was one thing. Then we're going to the shoot. So we both wear Crunch t-shirts. Shut the fuck up, Johnny.
Say a word.
You didn't say a word. Just anyway.
Christ almighty. Jesus Christ. Stay in it. Stay in the story. Fuck that.
Stay in the story. I'll stay in the pocket. Okay. So then we're shooting the thing. We're about ready to shoot the thing. It's 11 o'clock. We open up. The deli opens up. She's doing prep work. Brianna, who owns the deli, that Sips in Parsippany, which is now closed due to the virus. So that sucked. Anyway, so we're at Sips, and we decide, okay, here's what we're going to do. We're going to have like Crunch. We're going to have sandwiches, have our Crunch t-shirt, and just have a discussion and just do some shoots and whatnot. And then all of a sudden, my intern comes in. I'm like, all right, now we're waiting for John. It's like, while we're here, why don't we have an interview over here? Why don't we have a conversation? And then I go to sit down to have an interview with my intern. And then
All right, you're at 3 minutes. How much longer is this story?
real quick, 30
How
seconds.
much longer is it?
About 30 seconds.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm sitting down to do the interview, and Jeannie goes in, sits right next to the next table, right next to us. I'm like, Jeannie, I'm having an interview. Can you go over there, please? And she goes, fuck you, Brendan. You don't know how to talk to people. And she runs out of the door and leaves the podcast.
Well, okay. Now,
Now explain. Now, Paul, tell him why she behaved that way.
Paul, did you hear this at the end?
I've
Paul.
heard this story fucking 80 times.
Okay, all right. So Jeannie sits down and Paul and Brent and fucking Jonesy says, hey, I'm having an interview. Can you go over there? And then Jeannie gets all mad. So what's the real story?
Oh,
Tell him.
Jeannie said that that she should have been part of the interview, so she went over by where they were. See, it confused me at first because when he keeps saying interview, but he actually meant like a job interview, not an interview for the podcast, which is confusing.
Okay.
Jeannie went over and sat next to them.
So Jonesy's double
wanted to be
dipping is
part
what
of
you're
it.
saying.
Basically,
Jonesy's double dipping. That's right.
he basically said that Jonesy took over the whole thing. Oh, and he gave her an XL T-shirt when she's like a medium. So, and basically called her a fat.
She's not a medium. She's a large.
Jeannie says, "Why are we talking about this again?"
Because Dave wanted to know.
Is Jimmy watching this right now?
Yes.
Hey,
Yep.
Jimmy, how you doing?
The most interesting part about this whole story is when we put Jeannie and Jonesy on the podcast together. Jonesy is the king of apologizing and following up an apology with a "fuck you" and going back into the right away.
Wait, let me ask
That's
you.
true.
Were you? What's this is what I don't understand. This is what I took away from the story. What's with these T-shirts? Did you have like fucking?
I had Crunch T-shirts because my house blew up and they gave us free T-shirts. So the double XL was the only one not worn.
No. That's not what I'm saying. So you and Jeannie were supposed to wear the same T-shirts on the podcast?
No, on the interview, oh, we work out, we go to Crunch Fitness together, and so
What was the concept of this fucking podcast?
Jonesy this is like a street team for fat fucks.
Why are you wearing Crunch T-shirt podcast? Like, why are you wearing fucking?
it was a promo saying that you work out at Crunch, I work out at Crunch. I have a turkey sandwich, you have a turkey sandwich. We have a lot in common, but we really don't.
Oh, sounds hilarious.
Good stuff.
129 Morris Avenue, Linden.
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah, come find me. Come find me if you got the fucking nuts.
Do I have the nuts?
Yeah.
I am nuts.
Dave, if you
Oh,
want
go
to,
ahead.
if you want to see Jonesy for real, just order some fucking Grubhub from in Morris Plains or Parsippany area. Jonesy will be the guy delivering it.
Yeah.
So you honestly think that I won't show up at 5 o'clock tomorrow? Is that what you think?
Oh my God! Don't question
do, so be it.
insanity.
If you do, so be it. If you do, so be it.
Okay, cool. I'll be there. We'll talk.
I hope that he
fine.
gave Tito Ortiz's a fucking address, so when you knock on the door and shout "cunt."
Yeah.
I'll have my mask. We'll wrestle. I have my mask. We'll social
Oh,
distance.
I'm gonna cough. I'm gonna cough in your fucking face. That's what I'm gonna do. You don't know what I got, guy.
I already had it, dude. I got the antibiotics.
Dave, you know what Jonesy does? He remembers details like a fucking retard. Because he was on our show. He was on my podcast a couple of years ago talking about how him and his mom don't get along and how she's a psycho and all this.
Oh, I wonder why that is.
No. Yeah,
Right.
right. But on the podcast, he'd give out his mom's address because he thought it was part of the details.
Oh my
He'd be
God!
I'm an accountant. The attention to detail is important.
At 176 Essex Street. Jonesy just breaks out detail. I've never seen anybody not get to a point longer than Jonesy.
Yeah, no, I mean, that's why his comedy's so good, because he just meanders around everything, Because he doesn't get to the fucking punchline. Yeah, that's what people want in a joke. That's what people want in a joke. They want a fucking 4-minute setup for a fucking nothing fucking punchline. That's what they want.
I saw a guy that had been in the comedy class 1 week. You were probably there, Dave. I was making fun of him because he spent 4 minutes setting up that joke about how the cops pulled the guy over on a one-way street. And he says, "Did you see the arrows?" And the guy goes, "No, I didn't even see the Indians."
That's an old street joke from the fucking 70s. My father told me that when I was fucking 9 years old.
No, it wasn't Jonesy, but this guy in the comedy class
It wasn't Jonesy.
He spent at least 4
I know who said that too, and I'm so disappointed.
I said to him, "This is going to be this joke in 4 minutes," and it was. So Jonesy wrote one 15-second joke about girls' vaginas, and then went on stage and did 7 minutes on it and horrified every girl in the room. About vaginas being like, was it like vaginas are like flowers, Jonesy? Remember that?
Oh, I remember that night.
Yeah, no, I think I
Oh,
was.
yeah.
I think I was there as well.
He had a
actually.
long talk with Gene. He did that at the Cove. He had a long talk with Gene about how he wants to work for the club, and then does a tirade on nasty vagina. I was so hopeful that Jonesy was going to pull it off, and then all of a sudden he goes, "You ever notice that the vagina, it looks like a flower, but it smells bad?" It's oh god.
No one's told Jonesy the rule that was learned at the old Canal Inn, and that's you don't shit on the place. Remember, fucking Otto and George at the old Canal Inn. He's like, what was it, John? He didn't want to work there anymore, so instead, he goes.
No, what it was.
He shit on the cook and the fucking owner of the
No. There were rules at that place. At the old Canal Inn, there were rules. You couldn't talk about the place, you couldn't talk about the staff, and you couldn't talk about the food. And so Tom Gulley is on stage, and the owner, he's also the chef, comes walking through the showroom, and his chef lights. And Gulley goes, "Boy, immigration must be at the back door when the cook is running out the front door." And he stops in the middle of the room and he goes, "The cook, I'm the boss. That's my steak. Get the fuck out of here. This is my place." And I was like, what the fuck? Tom Gulley, the fucking most innocent, fucking harmless guy you'll ever meet. And the guy went nuts.
You know what?
I'm banned from that room.
That just made me think of something. It's an easy way to not have someone talk about your food. Just cook good food.
I had a
just
woman
serve good food, and then people will shit on the food.
My Jersey Shore show, I had a woman pass out on her face on one of the tables right in the front, and everybody's like pointing at her. And the food service was not that great at one point down there, and they've got better finally. But everybody's pointing at her, and I look at her, and I'm on the stage, and I'm like, can you imagine how fucked up this woman would be if the drink service was quick?
I'll tell you what, though, the old Canal Inn is an okay room. It's not the greatest room. It's okay, but the owner. I don't know, man. The guy, he wanted shows. At first, he didn't want shows. Then he wanted shows. I went to him and asked him if he would allow an open mic on a Monday, because I used to have the mic at Pianos, and Pianos went away. So he agreed to it, and there were the rules and everything. Then he decides he wants to do a comedy show, and he goes, "You got any ideas?" Now, what I found out later is he used to have comedy shows at a place called the Backstreet Gourmet, which was also in Nutley. And in fact, it's almost the same location where Leo Valentin was doing his shows in Nutley at the Huddle Inn. Yeah. They're like right next door. So he used to have Norton there. He used to have Nick DiPaolo. He used to have Patrice. He used to have a lot of those guys perform there because they would be coming back from the city. And I guess that's when Norton was living with Florentine in Cliffside Park.
Yeah.
So he wants Otto and George for the first show.
Like, what the fuck
he's jerking off, or he's fucking a cheese sandwich.
So anyway, I got a message or something. Anyway, he wanted a show. So he wanted Chips Cooney. Now I had it, Chips Cooney, Otto and George. Now I had a deal with Otto that he would do any show that wasn't a weekend show for $250. So I said, I'll give him a call. He goes, no, give me the number. I'll call him. I'll get the deal. I'm like, okay. So he calls Otto, and he gets Otto. Who was the opener? Oh, Keith Carnevale was his opener.
What are you doing, Doc?
So
what are you doing, Doc? Come on, let's go.
What the fuck is up with Andy? So
do you have any self-awareness at all?
Who? He's got zero.
You, Jonesy, you fuck.
Isn't that floor the same floor that was in fucking Annabelle, the Homecoming? The fuck? Has that floor been done since 1973?
I'm not saying anything's going on, but that dog's back legs look a lot further apart than its fronts.
So anyhow, he has Otto come in. He sold out show. Over 100 people in the room, I think 140 or so. And he holds up the show until he can get all the dinners out. So he finally gets all the dinners out, like at 45 minutes late. We start the show. I go on. I do my 10 up front because I hosted the show. Keith Carnival goes on. He's supposed to do 25. Keith gets off at about 12. So then he starts to panic and he gets Chips Cooney, who just came to see the show, and he throws Chips up. So Chips does about 10 minutes, sits down. Otto goes on. Otto was fucked up. He was wasted. People were buying him drinks. He was just fucked up. He did 27 minutes and thought he'd done 45.
Oh my God.
All right. So he walks off stage. So I'm like, holy shit, like both the guys that were paying fucking went short. What the fuck?
Yeah.
So show is over. So afterwards he goes like this. He goes, you and you come with me. So he takes me and Otto and he drags us out to the back and he takes an envelope and he pushes it into Otto's chest and he goes, here's your fucking money. He goes, you did 27 minutes. You fucked me. But I'm not the jerk off here. You are. Here's your fucking money. He gave him $450. I had a $200 deal for him. He gives him $200. Then he takes my money, throws it on the floor, and he goes, there's your fucking money. Now pick it up. And I'm like, what the fuck?
You did the only thing at the right time.
Well, the next show was Bob Levy. And he only sold 14 tickets for that.
Oh, man,
and then he blamed me for only selling 14 tickets.
Oh
Next show, he wants
address down in his address book.
What's that? Yeah. The next show, he wants Chips Cooney, Rich Carucci, and I don't know who else he wanted on the show. So I'm getting phone calls like they're not taking reservations. And I'm like, what? So then I get down there and I see their bouncer in the parking lot waving the cars off. So he sandbagged his own show because he didn't want to do it. Chips, in the meantime, had shown up at 3 o'clock to set up for the Magic Act. So then he calls the Comedy Cove because Levy's supposed to be there on the weekend and says to the Comedy Cove, what the fuck is he doing?
He wrote down Dave's address and wrote Dick next to it.
So he goes to
he's strapped, all right.
The Cove and says to L'Oreal, I hear you hired Levy. You're fucking stupid. He's a washed up has-been and he's got no draw. I get a call at 3 o'clock in the morning from Bob Levy telling me he's going to drive a bulldozer through that fucking place and tell that guy he's a piece of shit. And Bob sold the show out at the Comedy Cove. He did a great fucking job. But this fucking guy and his reputation by holding up the show and not, the guy fucked himself, really. And
wait,
now
you're talking about Otto and George.
No, I'm talking about the old Canal Inn.
Okay, all right, never mind.
The guy who owns it. It's like I said, it's not a bad room, but the guy's a fucking loose cannon, man. Look, I was surprised when I found out I was banned from the place because somebody had a show there. He wanted to put me on the show, and the fucking guy said, no, he's banned. He can't come here. He wanted me to charge the open micers $10 each for the open mic. I told him no.
Oh, like the boiler room?
Like the boiler room.
You know what? I had a lot of respect for Jonesy when he fucking walked away when they wanted to charge money. I had a lot of respect because I walked away. But now Gnome Productions is in there and doing these fucking shows that they do, and everybody seems to be thrilled with them. So
Jonesy was escorted away.
Hey, let me ask you this. How many people do you think are gonna quit over all this nonsense?
Oh, hopefully everyone is an open mic.
But for real though, like because I was thinking about that. It's like this is probably gonna deter a lot of people.
How many of these kids right now live with their parents anyway? So financially, it makes no difference to them, and they're actually.
Yeah.
I mean, I got to be honest. I got a good job. This month, I'm probably better off than when I went out and did comedy, even though I made good money on my show.
Oh no, I'm doing quite all right. Like, you know what I mean?
Dave, so Dave, what do? You say you have a job. What do you do?
Don't worry about what the fuck I do.
He's a master therapist. You can
Don't worry about what the fuck I do. Why are you being such a dick, dude? Seriously, Dave. Why are you being such a dick?
Just
Is there a reason why you're being such a dick?
Yeah, because
Seriously.
I like.
What the fuck's your problem, Dave?
I like getting under your skin. I like getting under your skin.
Seriously, what the fuck's your problem, Dave? Seriously,
you're my problem. You're my problem, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, Dave.
You're my problem, bitch.
Shut the fuck up, you piece of shit.
Yeah? You already got my address. Come see me.
All right, bro. It's game on.
Go ahead. It's game on. Oh, it's game on.
Game on, bro.
Hey, put me in, coach. I'm ready to play.
All right, bro. You're a dick. You're drinking, you fucking prick.
Yeah. The only reason you know what a
Dave,
prick
fuck
is.
you.
The only
Fuck
reason
you,
you know what.
piece of shit.
The only reason you
Fuck
know what a
you.
prick is
Fuck
because you
you.
fucking
Shut the
look at one
fuck up,
on
Dave.
one
Shut
morning.
the
Hey, I
fuck
can
up,
see
you piece of
Lisa.
shit.
Hi, Lisa. Hi.
On me?
No,
Hi.
Dave, you're a piece of shit.
Yeah, I know I am. Like, what's the difference?
Yeah, you're a piece of shit. Tell me
Yeah,
what you do.
Thank you.
Tell me what you do, Dave. Tell me what job you have. Oh, I'm okay. I got a fucking road sign behind me. I'm fucking okay. Fuck you, Dave.
What's worse, a road sign or an old boiler?
Yeah. Or a fucking nail it sign of a failed business.
Hey, that business is still working.
You know what's funny about that nail it sign? It gives you no indication where it is. It could be in fucking Guatemala.
Yeah.
All over
In
the
fact, it
tri-state
was in
area.
Guatemala. They stole the sign.
Since it's construction and construction is one of the necessary businesses, they're still working.
In another note, Dave, Jonesy says he'll do your taxes for free.
Sure, I'll do your taxes. After I beat the shit out of you and feel bad and apologize for beating the shit out of you, then I'll do your taxes for you. How about that? Sound like good?
How does
I
that?
always apologize when I do
Jonesy,
Poor lady put
Jonesy,
up.
you are so out of shape. I have no fucking worry about.
He's not
what
out
you
of
would
shape.
do.
He's round.
I'm around. Are you serious? Are you seriously challenging me to a fight? Are you seriously?
Oh,
No,
my
I'm just
God.
saying.
Who
I'm not
does this to
challenging.
grown-up
I'm not.
people?
I'm not challenging you to anything. I'm not
If you're in
challenging
the
you to
fight, don't
anything.
you have to like be the same
Yeah,
weight?
Are you seriously?
No, you're the one. You're the one that's getting all bent out of shape about me breaking your balls here. All right.
You're breaking my balls. Be being a douchebag about it. You can break my balls all you want, but don't be a douchebag about it, Dave.
Okay, then you want to know what?
Is
There's
there a
clear
way to break someone's balls without being a douchebag?
Yeah,
I'm just
exactly.
curious.
Yeah, exactly. Like, come on. Like, what the fuck?
All right, let's get to the point here. Jonesy, Dave's on your next show in fucking pizza place, right?
Well,
No, Josie's gonna host the next fucking time I have stage time, because that's what's happened every single time.
What? I don't know about you guys, but if I get one more fucking request from Emma Cohen to do anything with him, does he not understand that I am not his fucking target demographic? Or I'm sorry, does her whatever understand I am not in that demographic?
Wait, guys, let me ask you.
John, you did her show in where the fuck was it? Randolph?
I didn't do it.
John Hollywood is such a freak. A transsexual booked him on a show and then didn't tell him he was canceled, and he drove all the way there, and then he paid $10 to watch the show.
That's correct.
Oh,
But we were there because
Yeah.
we have a
I
let me
only
ask
paid
you this.
$5 because I actually bought something from the shop.
Wait, let me ask you this: have you guys been doing those virtual mics and shit
No.
like that?
Fuck off. Dang it. The first time I do that, I kill myself.
No, that's what I'm saying. It's like I don't understand this shit. It's like, so you're just gonna be doing jokes to an empty room that you're in, and people on the internet. Like, why don't you just like bullshit and talk shit like we're doing
Why
now?
would you do comedy in front of a Zoom full of comedians that would never laugh at you when they were in the room with you?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, Paul, we're on the same page. We are on the same
Well, that's
page,
funny.
Paul.
Am I wrong?
No, you're not wrong. You're right. That's why it's funny.
We are on the same page, Paul.
I'm not paying $14.99 a month to not get laughs.
Yeah.
well, I'll tell you what, man. I went there. They said, "Are you coming to the show?" And I was like, "Fuck, did I get booked or not?" Because sometimes, like one of my worst nightmares, I've literally woken up from in that I fucked up. I missed the show, and the guy's like, you fucking blew me off or whatever, and that's a scary kind of thing. And I honestly forgot if he had booked me. I had no idea. So I'm like, no, I'll be there. And I get there, and I'm not on the show. But it seemed like he made it seem like I was. And then he hits me up for a cover charge, and I'm like, dickhead, I'm a fucking comedian. You're gonna fucking charge me to see a fucking show? These fucking open micers, I see them all fucking week long at every open mic. But now suddenly, because you fucking want to charge admission, it's a fucking show? It's a fucking open mic, you asshole.
Absolutely.
So then I paid the fucking money because I didn't want to be a shitheel about it. But Jesus Christ, I had a big fight with Steve Post, and I'm like, that motherfucker charged me, and he goes, well, it was a show, and I'm like, no, asshole, you never ever charge a comedian to go see a fucking comedy show. You just don't do it. It's bad form.
I actually fucked up about doing that. I had a comic show up at my show down the shore, and like an app, because a couple of comics that come there, they pay like half price. They just voluntarily pay half, whatever. But then this other comic showed up, and I'm like, oh yeah, the comics are $10. Come on in. And I regret doing it because it was fucking, you know the woman who used to be a guy that was on America's Got Talent.
Oh, Julia Scott.
Julia Scotty. I should have let
charged Julia Scotty.
I tried to charge Julia Scotty $10 to come see me do comedy.
Oh.
To
be fair, she was there to. She was there fishing for gigs.
Who Julia Scotty is? Was that Jonesy or you, Dave?
No, I have no clue who she is.
Julia Scotty was a guy a long time ago, and she's big. She sold out the fucking Wellmont fucking theater in wherever the fuck that is.
That's in Montclair. Remember, we actually drove there, you and me, that night to go talk to them.
She was on America's Got Talent. She's good, and she's a road comic, big time.
She works for Omnipop. She's a professional comedian. Absolutely.
She good. You like her shit?
Yes.
Yeah, it's all right. It's not my flavor of comedy, but it doesn't mean it's bad.
Good structure, good jokes.
Yeah, it's.
She's got the structure.
Good at. I'd definitely hire her.
Okay.
I would definitely hire her.
I got you.
But it's a weird situation because
phone now. What is that?
You don't like I said, you don't charge a comedian, and this fucker charges me, and it's like, are you kidding me? So I guess the moral of the story is, if you have Steve Poston show up at your comedy show, it's okay to charge him.
Yeah.
I've got, I used to like beg all these morons to be on their crappy shows, but now, honestly, David, if some of these shows lower your level of comedy being on them.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
why do somebody?
You know what my game plan? You know what my game plan was, and all this, obviously, this COVID shit fucked me all up, because like I'm gonna have a lot of time on my hands with my schedule, right? And my plan was just, to fucking try and really put the pedal on the metal and get on as many shows as I could.
Yeah, see, I did that at the start, but there's some shows that will being on a show with 15 other comics.
Yeah.
See, me and Hollywood, and I think I've even had this conversation with Jonesy. If the first time someone goes to see comedy, if the show they go to see is 15 open micers,
yeah, they're never gonna come back to another comedy show.
And they're never gonna go to see another comedy show again.
Yeah,
that's exactly right.
And conversely, as a comedian, you need to value your reputation a little bit more.
Yeah.
And be very choosy about the shows and the rooms.
Actually,
I don't know why fucking John would even be on that bullshit.
No, because you know what the crazy thing is too, is like the average like layman, that's like not a comedy fan but like knows like Sebastian Maniscalco, right? They've seen Sebastian Maniscalco at the Garden, right? They've seen that, right? And like they'll ask, like my friends will ask me, right? They'll be like, "Oh, hey, like who's like a cool comedian I could go see?" I go, "You know what you need to do? Just go to the fucking Comedy Cellar if you want to see good comedy, right?" And they won't even fucking do that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
True.
it's like
the city do. The Cellar sells out on a Tuesday night.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying. No, but Jonesy, that's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. It's like the average person won't even make the effort to go see fucking 5 comics do 15 minutes at the
That's why. They want to go somewhere that they can fucking get an Uber back to their house when they're drunk afterwards.
Yeah, pretty much. But like, they'll go to the Garden. They'll go to the Garden though. You know what I mean?
They don't get it.
Well, that's a different type of show.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's
that's
like
going to a Madonna concert in the 80s. You know what I mean? It's a big fucking deal.
Yeah, but you want to know what? Here's the thing though. Round trip, it'd probably be cheaper to go to the Cellar.
Well,
yeah.
Yeah, the
Well, I'll tell you what. One night I went to see.
You'd probably have a better experience too, because you'd see 5 different people doing
Maybe
15, yeah, and maybe more, 15 different fucking minutes. You know what I mean?
The problem with the cellar is when it sells out, there's a few comedy clubs around it that are the fucking bringer fucking shit.
Yeah.
The host will be the host will be known, at least not to you, but there'll be a good host, and the headliner will be someone good, right? But the 15 people between won't be.
Yeah, there'll be 15 people who have 5 friends each.
Yeah, they're only there because they bring 5 people. You know?
Yep. Oh, I've done it. I'm not above it. I'm not saying I'm haven't been there before.
You know what annoyed me?
Well,
I've only ever done one real bringer and one where I brought people just because I did. The first festival I did, without naming where it was, we're not naming it. I brought everybody from my job to come see me because I was told it was a festival. There was photos on the website of big halls with stages looking like real comedy club. And then when I got there, it was in the corner of a bar while the fucking
NFL draft. The NFL draft was on.
Going on, and 3/4 of the place was watching the draft. All right. I brought my family there, people from my job, because I thought, you know what, this is a great place to come see what I'm doing. I haven't been doing it long, you know.
And most of the stuff you're doing in New York City, this is someplace that was local in North Jersey.
Right. But the only other place
the Southern Bergen County area?
And Jonesy came was when I wanted to get a tape at Dangerfields. That was the only other one I ever did.
And I came, even though I had a spot that night and I didn't bring enough people, I paid one other person to come see you to make sure you had enough people to get on.
Yep.
Well, all I got to tell you guys is you got to be very careful of where you put yourself. I get shit for going to the open mics and letting you guys have access to me and some of the contacts that I have, and you gotta pick and choose. I like you guys, so you gotta.
We like you too, even though I was disrespectful tonight.
Well, thank you, Jonesy.
Low battery. Someone has low battery.
Yeah, my earbuds are starting to die.
Well, you know what? On that note, it's been a pleasure, fellas. And Jonesy, you know where I live.
Dave, I'm gonna send you a Zoom. I'm gonna send you a Zoom.
You want me to bring you some face masks and stuff like that? So you know.
No, you're the only one that needs a mask.
Looks like
I think everyone needs a mask because that's the situation we're in: social distance and wearing a face mask.
Dave
so
looks like he was in the movie Mask with Cher.
Yeah, that was Cameron Diaz, but you know.
No, it wasn't Cameron Diaz. It was Cher.
In the mask. In the mask. We're talking the movie Mask with Eric Stoltz. Oh, yes. Not The Mask. You piece of shit.
Yeah,
I am a piece of shit. I am a piece of shit. I never denied that.
Yeah, but Dave, you're like high quality shit. You got
I am. Like the French
gather around.
The French would waft me in their noses. You know.
They use that shit to fertilize the truffles in France. That's the kind of shit you are.
Well, you can't fertilize truffles because you need to find truffles.
Yeah, but you need
to know that. Did you know
that? Dave, Jonesy's fucked everything you can imagine, so he has fertilized truffles. Okay, all right. On that note, Dave,
hey, fellas, be good.
One thing before you go, I think we should have a challenge at the Comedy Cove when we get back in there and we're doing all our material about fucking Corona and shit.
Yeah.
We get to gong everybody off stage. The first joke we hear they do that we've read on the internet already.
Yes.
Oh well, I'm fucked then because.
Now, wait a minute. It's not if it's a joke you wrote. Not if it's a joke you wrote. Like if I go up there and say I feel so much better about my Phoenix Online degree, considering that Harvard had their online low battery. Yeah, I'm telling that motherfucker, and I'm also doing the 4 fingers in the pussy better than fucking grab him by the pussy.
Well, no, because I'm fucked. No, listen, I'm fucked. I'm fucked then because that's the only way I've been trying material. It's like I'll fucking write a tweet and see like how many people like it. Like,
it doesn't matter like that. But I'm just saying if it's a meme that went around that fucking.
Oh, okay, yeah. That makes sense. Okay.
Like fucking Brendan Wonderlick said that Victor Ponti's material is all memes off the internet that he stole.
By the way, did you see?
I think
Did you
Wonderlic,
see
like,
Brendan
really-
in the bathtub today?
Oh, Brendan Wonderlick has an OnlyFans. You can see him in his bathtub.
Oh my God.
And let me tell you
Oh my
something.
God.
It's all gay guys, all fucking gay guys, and
Oh.
apparently he's an equal opportunist.
I mean, yeah. Well, hey, listen. You want to know what? I can't fault the guy for making a buck, but that just says a lot about who he had Drax. You know what I mean?
Yep.
Did I just see Jonesy comb his hair?
Yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Anyway, later,
All
fellas.
right, good. Anybody want Dave? You got anything you want to plug?
Yeah. My
Yeah, your
fucking,
sister.
my bed. Fucking not Jonesy's girl.
Not Jonesy's girl. I want to plug anybody but Jonesy's girl. That's what he said. He wants to plug anyone but Jonesy's girl.
Well, that's
Because I
very
respect you.
respectful.
It's because
Yeah,
I
that's
respect you.
respect.
Oh
Because
yeah.
I respect you, dude.
Yeah.
I would never plug your girl, man.
Yeah. Okay. Sure.
Dave.
Anyway.
Dave doesn't want to plug your girl because she'll never go back to you afterwards.
That's
Anyway,
right.
all right.
Have a
Later,
real
fellas.
man like Dave. A real man.
Okay. All right. Have fun with that. You sleep on that. All right. You know where I live. Okay.
All right, guys.
I know where you live, bro.
All right. Goodbye.
Goodbye, John.
All right.
All right.
Peace.